August 7th, 2020. Just a quick peek at the honeybee colonies. Mainly want to point out the amount of pollen coming in. See those nice yellow pollen sacs going back in? We're going to go look at where some of those are coming from. I think that was a red-sacked honeybee, and I know exactly where that came from. Any honeybees that come in with bright red pollen sacs on are coming from my holy basil or tulsi. Maybe I'll throw a clip to a video of that from last year. Does very well. Trying to get a zoom shot here. If you look how deep red or purple or orange, whatever color that is, hard to tell at the speed they're moving. But I'm going to try and capture one and put her in a plastic bag here, and we'll just take a look at her quick. Okay, I got one here. She's incredibly mad that I've captured her. But look at, I'm going to let her go pretty quickly here. I don't want to tick her off for very long. But look at the color of the pollen sacs on her, coming off of that holy basil. I think that is amazing. Anyway, I just thought I would share, really enjoying paying close attention to the honeybees and the pollinators this year. Let me turn this poor girl loose. There you go. You can see we got all sorts of pollinators visiting here. Bumblebees and little tiny guys. All right, let's go look at that big block. Well, I have to say that's a beautiful sight. All those flowers opening up. Oh yeah, and look at all the pollinators. Look at all the honeybees all through this crop. I don't know if on camera you can see all the honeybees as they lift off of each flower, move to another spot over top of that flower canopy. But it is loaded with honeybees. I know the microphone on this phone isn't very good, so I don't know how well you can hear it. But if you listen here, you can hear all the honeybees moving through the crop. May 13th. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. We got another swarm going.
Another one?
Look at all the bees in the air. So, I hope now you can hear the difference in tone in the buzz when they're swarming. And you can see the difference between traffic in and out of the hive and traffic all over the apiary. And it looks like they're headed for that branch up there, which is the one they landed on last year, or thereabouts. Alright, May 13th, 2020. Another swarm came out. Here we go. Ready? Set.
A bucket of bees.
Hopefully. You get clean in there with that. I think I'm going to throw a cover on quick. See if we can't just...
Oh, they're pouring out the entrance.
Yeah, they may do that for a bit. And I'm not sure I got the team yet, so they may still be up in the cluster. They're not happy with me. Anyway, I just thought I'd get a close-up. So we got lots of fanning on the entrance. That's a good sign. It looks like they might be taken to this hive right away. That would be awesome. Yeah, they're fanning pretty good. We still got quite a cluster up on that branch. And enter hive number 4 for the 2020 season. Beauteous. Square, just about square right there. There's space between them so we can work. And I'm going to go up and do another bump into that bucket. Try and get the multiple right there. Hopefully just go in. A little bit tight. A little bit tight.
Look at my multi-tool.
Nah. I don't want to disturb them too much anyway. What I'm going to do, let's see. It's covered. I don't want to crush anybody. Come on, guys. Alright, here, we'll go this way. I'll come down real slow. And hopefully, maybe it's better just do the normal cover mode for now. Leave some space in there. Come on, guys. Shift out of the way. Shift out of the way. I don't want to crush anybody if I don't have to. That's pretty good. They kind of moved out of the way.
The only 2 bees got caught.
Good. Bomb will still be mad at me. I can't help it, Bombs. I can't help it. These are crushed from before, from the fast catch. Alright, they're framed up. They got a frame of honey on each edge, drawn comb to work. They're set with resources. Up and have a look-see. See how things are doing in here. Alright, let's get started. Alright, all the covers are off. It's time to go in. Okay, so I just pulled 2 of our cavity boards out here. This is kind of a cavity. This is supposed to be a runner board here. Of course, that's been chewed down over the years, but we're into the hive body. I'm going to give them a puff of smoke here just to... Okay. Well, that's a frame out. That's got a lot of capped honey in it already. A lot of capped honey in here. Oh, and there's brood down in there. Fantastic. Let me see if I can get these to sit over here nice and we can kind of go through and index a bit. Oh my. So this is the other side of that frame. Capped with honey. Covered in bees. Super productive. I have a feeling this whole hive colony is full of bees. And look at that beautiful brood pattern there. Oh man, is that an awesome brood pattern. Nectar all around the edges. Capped honey around the far edges. Yeah, that is awesome. And then this is the 3rd frame in. Oop, I'm smoking myself. This is the 3rd frame in. Look at all the bees on that. Man, this is just one happy, healthy colony. Thriving. Alright, let's pull that next frame and have a look. Okay. So, next frame. Some brood down on the bottom. Set up shop for free. Found the queen. There's the queen right there. Oh, she's a beautiful queen too. Oh man, look at her. She's gorgeous. Where'd she go? She mingled back in there on us. There she is. Wow, she's a real beauty. Ha, look at the chain of bees here. Okay, so I think I'm just going to slide. This is the third frame in. So I'm going to slide this just down to the end here. We don't want to mistakenly crush the queen or have her end up getting out of the hive. Something happened to her. We want to make sure she stays. Just going to give you another listen down inside of this colony. And they're getting a little angsty with me, so I'm going to give them a puff here. Pull these back to put them back in. Look at the chain these guys have locked up here. All linked on. Right, that's everything back together except those last two board blocks. I'm going to drop those in there. Let these guys do their thing. Like a short clip of the baby chicks on the end here. Growing incredibly fast, of course. Alright, thanks for watching the Pharmacy Seeds Network. September 28th, I believe, 2019. Here we are back in the greenhouse again. Oh, the greenhouse is so versatile. You can grow things, you can dry things, you can hide from winter storms, you can extract honey. It's great. So I went through, I wetted everything down to make sure there's no dust. I ran the vents open for about 20 minutes to clear any dust that might have been resident in the air out. And we're ready to go. I wiped down table surfaces here. I got my uncapping knife, and I also brought a serrated knife. We'll see which one works better. I haven't uncapped honey in eons since I was a little kid helping my mom with her hives. Anyway, here we are in the greenhouse. Just pulled the first frame out. I'm getting ready to uncap it. I'm not going to film this whole process, but I'll try and get a couple of clips on the way through. I'm sure there's lots of other people with lots of videos on extracting honey. And since this is my first go-round, I'm certainly not going to try and do any instructional videos. I'll let you know how things go. If I make any mistakes, I'll let you know what those are so you can avoid them. We'll go from there. Anyway, very exciting to be getting ready to go. The extractor here is on loan from a friend of my mom's. Nice stainless one. It's a 2-frame, as you can see. So, yeah. Anyway, that's that. And we'll go from here. Alright, well, I've uncapped 2. One's in the spinner on the other side. Just uncapped this one. And I figured before I got deep in the stickiest of the ickiest sticky, I would get a shot of uncapped. It is some beautiful stuff, and they made some really nice uniform combs, so this is uncapping really easily so far. So that's really encouraging. Onward. Alright, well, did 2 frames. That's what it basically looks like. You can see I've missed a few spots. I went back and broke a couple of those spots off. The first round I went a little too fast on the RPMs. I put a little too much force on it, and it kind of cracked it in a little bit. So I won't spin as fast on the first spin from now on. So we don't have that, because it made it a little difficult to uncap. But so that's comb going back. We'll might do one more spin on that, but probably not. I'll probably just put that back out and let the bees rob back to the hive. Anyway, that is that. Well, that's four frames uncapped, both sides, and spun, and pouring out of the honey gate. Oh, that is beautiful. And through a screen and into the big honey bucket. And then, of course, we'll jar it all off later. I got some nice honey jars over at Hudson Valley Bee Supply. By the way, let me throw a shout out to those guys. I was just over there the other day. I got some jars. I got this honey bucket. And I talked with Megan and Charlie. And really nice people. Well worth checking out. If you're in the Hudson Valley and you need advice or bee stuff, bee equipment, those people are really nice. They're really helpful and friendly. And they're not there to sell you something. They're there to make sure you're successful. So I would say go check it out. Well, I didn't even get those last two frames totally spun out before we ran her aground and got her honey bound in there. So I had to stop and drain off some so I can finish the spin. So here we are, streaming away. It's beautiful stuff. Pardon my cigarette smoke. I was sitting here like watching it pour through the basket and into the bucket, and awed at how much that comes out from those frames. It doesn't seem like that much volume is there, but boy, it sure is. That's awesome. And just marveling at the fact that that is all concentrated flower nectar. That thousands of insects collected that from individual flowers and put it into the little wax barrels we call combs and dehydrated it down to this sticky, sweet, syrupy treat. Really, truly amazing. Nature is amazing. Well, we got the 1 8-frame super done. I'm leaving the 8 frames and mediums. I'll do those probably tomorrow night because it's almost 3 a.m. and didn't get started as early as I wanted today, but I caught up with a friend I haven't seen in a while. It was great to see her, so it's all good. So tomorrow I'll finish extracting. Okay, so bottom case is full, top case is nearly full, except for the 3 flip jars you see, bringing us to a total of 43.5 pounds of honey from the first super. So that's awesome. And then there's still the medium to extract. I went to pull the extractor back out, and there was a hole in that garbage bag, and a bunch of bees got in and died in there. And fortunately I got most of the honey out of it last night. I was pretty careful about that, so we didn't lose too much honey, but I just washed it out with hot water. Looks like they're basically done robbing these out, so that's good. And they're pretty dry, so I'll probably stack them up and throw a cover on them for now, just to keep rain out. And yellow jerkets. And of course over here, things are very busy in a robbing mode. They are robbing very heavily out of the extractor. And I see quite a few yellow jackets coming in and out of here as well, which I don't like to see that close to the beehives, but the traffic in and out of the hives tells me that they're very strong colony. I think they're probably pretty well up to defending it, and I think the yellow jackets are more interested in robbing the accessible honey than they are in messing with the bees at the moment. Good to see all that not going to waste. And they're cleaning these up also. Seems to be an awful lot of fighting over the robbing situation. I don't like seeing that, but I guess there's not much I can do about it. I either put it out and let them rob it back, or just wash it off and let it go to waste. I'd rather they reclaim as much as they can. So anyway, busy out here. Busy as bees. But that's good. And I do see them still working in the aster here. I'll give you a quick shot in the aster. Yeah, there's a honeybee in the aster. And a bumbler. And I see them all in the aster that's lining everything everywhere. Not so much over here, obviously, because there's honey resources right there. But it's good to see that they're, in addition to robbing that back, they're still also foraging and pulling resources. So that's encouraging. Hopefully they'll clean up the rest of the honey in that extractor pretty soon. I actually see a little bit of rain in radar. And so as soon as it starts raining, I'm going to pull that in, wash it out, and be done with it. Alright, just wanted to kind of give an update. Everybody's got to get cleaned up every so often, right? I guess there's nothing like a nice loving tongue bath to get the honey off. Alright, well, jarred off the medium super. That's a lighter amber. Beautiful stuff. That was the last couple jars, so some air and wax. It hasn't risen to the top of that yet. Got a case and another 7.5, so like 31.5 pounds. October 23rd, honeybees have burned through that last batch of sugar syrup, so we're going to do bulk sugar syrup feeding number 3. Rock and roll. New batch made up, ready to go. It's on. Wouldn't want you to miss all those beautiful fall colors. And we'll come around and have a look-see at the honeybee hive. Yep, plenty of activity. Good defensive presence on the entrances. Fantastic. And wow, that sun's banging today. That feels so good. Been cloudy for like a week, except for yesterday. So about an hour later, bulk feeding mania, they're all over it. And they're landing on the camera too. Yep. Nothing quite inspires honeybees like massive resources available, especially in a time of year when there aren't many resources available. Look at the traffic in there. Man, they are just hauling resources in. So awesome to see. These guys are going at it too. Also definitely see some fighting action on this entrance, which I don't like to see, but what are you going to do?